Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right, so we're going to look at past energies. What was going on? What were you struggling with? Current energies. What's going on? And then future energies or suggestions on what to do. Past. Page of Wands and Three of Swords. Current. Page of Swords and King of Pentacles. Future. Feeling like one more. All right. Five of Swords and Three of Cups. When I first saw this, I feel like there's somebody that you want to reach out to from the past. Like there's a past relationship that you want to reach out to. But then part of you is like, I really don't think that's a good idea. I feel like that's what you're kind of struggling with, is you're like, hey, like there was somebody that was in your life, but you feel hurt that, I almost feel like it's kind of like a toxic relationship, or it's one that's over, or it's one that you're trying to chase, right? It's one that you keep going back to, and I feel like you want to reach out to that person, but it's like, well, I think there's part of you that's kind of like, there may be part of you, maybe there's something negative that you want to tell that person, right? Maybe you want to get that last word in, right? You're like, I want to get that final word in. I want to make sure that I leave on a note where I get that last word in. But I almost feel like there's part of you that's questioning that and saying, really, is that the best thing that we should do? Like, should I really be doing that? Because, I don't think that's a good idea. But I also feel like maybe it's because you still want to keep those doors of communication open, and you're like, okay, well, if I'm not going to say anything positive, I'm going to say something negative, because you know that if you say something negative to that person, like you're hoping that they'll respond in that way, right? Because isn't it like, if you try to do things and get attention by being positive, if that doesn't work, then we'll try and do something by being negative, as long as you get some kind of reaction or some kind of communication from that person. And is that what you're trying to do? And I feel like with this, because the page is young energy, and then the king is more mature energy, right? So I feel like there's almost like this battle between yourself, is that there's part of you that may be more on the immature side that says, yeah, I want to, get the last word in, or I still want to keep that connection open. But I feel like the more mature side of you is saying that's time to move on, right? I feel like it's kind of that more grounded energy, as the King of Pentacles is somebody who is very grounded, right? And he doesn't make a move until he thinks about it. But I feel like this Page of Swords is just somebody who's just like, I'm just reacting immediately. So I feel like it's almost learning to wait before you react to something, right? Waiting until you have time to think about it before you have a response. It could be that this is a past relationship, or it could be that you are in a current relationship, and the person that you are with, whether that is a friend, a family member, that somebody said something that hurt you, right? Somebody spoke to you in a way that kind of hurt you a lot, that bothered you. And part of you wants to react right away and say something mean and nasty, right? But then part of you is like, okay, I need to step back and I need to think about it. I feel like the better thing to do, obviously, is to step back and think about it before you say anything. Because if you say something and you put that out there, you can't take that back. It's not like you can take an eraser and erase it. You can't. It's out there. And maybe this is something that you are struggling with, right? That this is something that you are trying to learn, that you are trying to grow, right? That you're trying to realize, okay, I need to make these adjustments so that I don't react to things right away. And then kind of the future energy is that you're learning not to let those things bother you. Maybe you let too many things bother you. I'm not saying that whatever happened here is not something big. It could be something little. It could be just letting little things irritate you. You know, there's always that saying, pick your battles. And maybe that's what you're trying to figure out. And that's what you're trying to think is like, okay, some things I need to let go of, and I just need to move on. And I need to not let it bother me. And I feel like by doing that, by kind of realizing that, you know what, I'm not going to let this get under my skin. I'm not going to let this bother me. That it feels better. It feels lighter, right? It's like, oh gosh, you know what? It feels so much better not having to worry about every little thing, or, you know, getting irritated by every little thing that happens. And it feels so much better, right? And you're feeling stronger within yourself, right? Like you're feeling like, you know, maybe before it was like all of these things were happening. You always felt kind of, you know, up and down, and you were kind of all over the place. But now it feels more stable. It's like, okay, I'm just going to let that roll off my back. I'm not going to let it bother me, right? I'm not going to let it get to me anymore. See, I'm not going to let it get to me anymore, whatever this may be, right? Whatever this is over here, and not letting what other people have to say affect you. You know, sometimes not letting what this over here, not letting that affect you anymore, because maybe that person was trying to push your button. Sometimes we have people around us that just like to push our buttons and see if they can get a reaction. And when they don't get a reaction anymore, it's like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to go find somebody else to push their buttons, right? I feel like it's kind of, it could be something that happened with a friend, right? It could be that there was a friend that you felt really close to, that it was something that really bothered you, that hurt you with that friend, and that's why it hurt so much, because if you didn't care about that person, it wouldn't have hurt you, it wouldn't have bothered you. So it could be that that's why this situation is getting such a reaction from you. Is it because somebody that you cared about? I feel like it's kind of taking those actions to see, okay, what's really going to work best for me? Is it really, in the long run, is it really going to work best for me to either reconnect this with this person from a past relationship, right? And to open that door again, and to have that connection with that person and get everything all stirred up again. Is it really best for me, or is it really best for me to shoot back some negative, you know, comments and being, you know, negative towards this person? Or is the best thing for me to kind of learn and grow from this situation, to step back, take my time? Is it something that I need to address? If it is, then let me clear my thoughts and figure what it is that I need to say to that person in a way where there will not be this drama and conflict. So I feel like it's like the sun is shining the light on which way do I go, right? The sun is which way, looking out for yourself and saying which is going to be the best solution for me. Sometimes we just have that knee-jerk reaction and we just want to react, but then we have to look at our own actions and say, is that really the best thing for me? Right? Sometimes we worry too much about what other people have to say, and we're not looking out for ourselves. And we have to make the best decision for ourselves, right? And we're putting undue worry and stress on ourselves. And that's something that we have to look at. And take control of. You have control of your own actions and the situation. Whether you believe it or not, you are in control, okay? You are in control. You have the two sides here that are in control of the situation. That you have to be in that belief that, yes, I'm in control on how I react to this situation and what this energy that I bring in after I've done this, right? Because if you fire back, or you open that door to this and it opens that to this drama coming back in life, well, then that's what you brought on. Or if you decide to step back, think about things, take time, close this door so the drama doesn't come back in, or, you know, you think about what it is that you want to say, and if it's important enough for you to want to talk about it, that you think about what it is that you want to say, and you calmly sit down and talk things through. You're in control of which way that goes. And that's what you have to realize. You can't put that on the other person. If the person responds to you, it's how do you react? You're in control of how you react to it. You're in control on where it goes from there. Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. Be fearless and bold like the Emperor, and you take control of the situation, and don't let the situation take control of you. And that's extremely important. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.